Hey friends, how's it going? My name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing so many exciting things. Today's going to be not only my November TBR video, where I'm going to be letting you know about, some upcoming book troop picks, all of my video plans for the month of November. I'm going to be picking 2 prompts out of my Patreon jar this month, and it's going to be the Winterween announcement, because Winterween is going to be making a comeback in the month of January. I'm so excited. There's so much to talk about in this video, so if you're here for one thing or another, I'll include timestamps down below so you can jump around to whichever section of this video with announcements that you're interested in. But I'm so excited to let you know about all the things that I've been working on. I've been doing so much planning. I'm just so excited. So the first thing that I'm so excited to let you know about is Winterween. Winterween is going to be making a comeback in the month of January. If you're new to my channel and you don't really know what Winterween is, it's kind of like the Summerween readathon that we host in the summertime, but this time we're bringing it to the winter. And I know Halloween just passed a few days ago, but who says that the spooky season has to be over? I love these Ween readathons because the main idea of them is to bring the Halloween and the spooky times to a different time of year, and so we celebrate Halloween at different times of year. It's so much fun. So for this round of Winterween, it's going to be taking place in the month of January, right in the new year. It's going to be happening from Friday, January 5th through Thursday, January 11th. I love the idea of kicking off these readathons on a Friday because I just feel like it has all of that good vibes on the weekend, like going into the weekend, going into a new readathon. It's just so exciting. And with this round of Winterween, I'm so excited because we kind of have a little bit of a theme for this Winterween, and the theme is that it's going to be Wicked Winterween, and it kind of has like a witch theme to it, which I'm really excited about. Of course, my sister once again has helped out with the merch and all of the designs for this readathon, which I could not be more happy with how everything turned out. But this is what the logo is looking like for Wicked Winterween. As you can see, there are some witches around a cauldron and like a moon, and there's purple and there's black. There's going to be a lot of like themed, everything's going to be like purple and black for this readathon, and I'm only letting you know that because the prompts are all kind of related to this like theme. So excited to let you know about the 5 prompts that we'll have for this readathon once again. The first prompt is going to be our staple, which is to read a book in the dark. Now this doesn't have to necessarily be like completely in the dark, you can do whatever you would like for this. You can just read a book at night to complete this prompt. You can just read a book under the blanket with your little flashlight. You could even just read an ebook on your phone or listen to an audiobook in the dark, like however you want to interpret that. That works for me. The second prompt is going to be to read a book with a witch on the cover, or a book that has witch in the title, or just a book that you know is about witches, because this is going to fit into our Wicked Winterween theme. There's so many W's, like Wicked Winterween witches, like it's just going to be a whole vibe. So any book that you know is about witches, or maybe it has the word witch in the title, or there's a witch on the cover of the book, anything like that can fit into this prompt. The next prompt is going to be to read a book with a wintry or a snowy setting. Again, this is one that if it has snow on the cover, you could read it for this. If you know that it takes place during a winter month, you can read it. Anything like that will work for this. I just really wanted this prompt to be included in Winterween because I thought it would be really fun to read some winter snowy books during the winter time. The next prompt is going to be to read a book with purple on the cover, which this once again is kind of like fitting in with the theme for this readathon. I love doing these challenges of reading a book with a certain color on the cover just because I think that's a really fun prompt to try and complete, and it's an easy one to like double stack with the other ones. And then the 5th and final prompt is to read a book with a W in the title of the book, because since this readathon is literally Wicked Winterween with a witch theme, it just felt right that there has to be a book with a W in the title, and the W doesn't even have to be the first letter. Like as long as there's a W anywhere in the title of the book, that totally counts. I'm not going to police your prompts. You can interpret them in any way that works for you. I also just want to mention that the prompts are just there as like an optional thing that you can choose to participate in, or you don't have to. If you just want to read a bunch of like snowy horror books for this entire week, that works too. The prompts are just there as like an extra little fun thing if you're looking for something extra, and I love these prompts. I think it's going to be so much fun. And as I mentioned, we do have merch once again for this readathon that I am so excited about because it's designed by my incredibly talented sister. My sister Rachel, if you don't know her, I'll have her Instagram linked down below, but she's a really talented artist, and she's once again designed the cutest merch for this readathon. The first one, as I just showed you, is this Wicked Winterween with the witches on their brooms and they're flying around the cauldron and there's bats. And this one is so cute. We have this one available on not only the t-shirts, but we do have the classic long sleeve t-shirts for this one, the hoodies, and the crew neck sweatshirts because, it is winter time, so I thought it would be nice to include the long sleeve shirts and the crew necks and the hoodies. And because this readathon kind of has like a black and purple theme to it, I really love the way that this merch looks on the purple clothes. I just think it looks so cool. We not only have it available on like the clothing options, but we do have it available on the mugs as well. And also the tote bags are back because the tote bags are so freaking cute. They have not only the black tote bag as an option this time, but they also have this new one that's like this dark blue tote bag that I think it looks really cool on this one as well. We also do have a second design option for the merch because this is something that my sister also created and we just thought it was too cute not to have as like a second design option. So there's this option with this little ghost that says Wicked Winterween under it in the same font, and it's this cute little ghost that just has a purple beanie on its head, and I'm just kind of obsessed with how this one looks. So this one we also have in the unisex t-shirts. We are offering it in a few different colors, including the purple and the blue, which I'm just obsessed with the way that this one looks with the purple too. We also do have this one available on the long sleeve t-shirts. We have this one on the hoodies in a few different colors, and we also have this one with the crew necks, which I just love this one so much. I think it looks so freaking cozy and so cute. And we also have this one available on the tote bags in the 3 different colors because I just think the tote bag looks exceptionally cute with this design, so I just thought it was something we could offer. Last round of Summerween, my sister designed some really cool stickers and had a little sticker set, and this time she designed another sticker set. These are going to be available on her Etsy, which I will have linked down below, but this is what the sticker set looks like. Is it not so cute? It's got all of the purple and the witchy vibes. I love there's this little stack of books, there's the little ghost with the beanie on, and there's like the original Winterween logo. There's also like a cute little mug that looks like it's like hot cocoa with marshmallows, and I love the one of the girl in the black sweater like holding the purple books and the little cauldron. Like there are just so many cute little stickers, so I will have her Etsy shop linked down below if you want to get some stickers for Winterween. I think these are perfect for like using in your journal because they're small enough that they're like perfect to fit in a journal, but they're also like decently sized as well. And then I'm also so excited to be working with Alicia once again. Alicia is our girl who makes these bookmarks for us. These bookmarks are so incredible. They're like really nice, high quality bookmarks, and look at how cute the design is for this bookmark. And I think Alicia really nailed it with like the purple and the witchy vibes. It just looks so cute. So I can't wait for these bookmarks. I will also have Alicia's Etsy linked down below where she'll be selling these bookmarks, and I'm just so grateful to work with such an awesome person in this community for Winterween. So yeah, that is all of the information about Winterween. I am so excited to finally bring Winterween back, you know, because last year we ended up taking a break from Winterween and we only did Summerween last year, but I'm so excited to bring back Winterween for the month of January. I think it's gonna be so much fun and such a great way to kick off the new year. I will have our Instagram, that's like the This Is Summerween Instagram, where we'll have more information about Winterween down below. There's also gonna be some Instagram challenges over on Instagram, so if you're looking for something like that, that'll be all linked on the Instagram down below. And if you are wondering, I usually do co-host these readathons with my friend Olivia, but Olivia's decided that for now she's going to be taking a step back from hosting the Ween readathons, so for now it's just going to be me. I just wanted to mention it just in case we got any questions about it, but Olivia's going to be taking a step back for now, and I'm just going to be the host of Winterween for now. But if you do plan to participate in Winterween next year with me, I would love to know what you're planning to read. I think I'm going to be posting my TBR a little bit closer to that time. It'll probably be in my January TBR video. Alright, and so the next part of this video is going to be letting you know about some book troop information. So for the month of November, we're going to be reading Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead, which is a book that I am so excited about and also so incredibly nervous to read this one. This is the same author as In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which was one of my favorite thrillers that I've ever read in my freaking life. But then she also wrote The Last Housewife last year, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, so I'm really curious about this one. I don't really know too much about this other than that it says it's perfect for fans of Verity and A Flicker in the Dark, which is very interesting. It says a killer haunts a small southern town and 2 outcasts, the preacher's daughter and the boy from the wrong side of the tracks, hold the key to uncovering the truth. I've heard that there is quite a bit of romance in this book, which is actually something that I don't mind when it comes to Ashley Winstead. I actually loved the romantic elements in My Dreams I Hold a Knife, so I'm hoping that this is something that I'll enjoy. And I'm so excited because the live show for Midnight is the Darkest Hour is going to include one of my close booktube friends, Elias. And Elias is someone who I've been friends with on booktube for like years now, a really long time, but I've never had him on the book troop yet, and so I'm really excited for us to do this live show together. I really hope that this is something that we both end up enjoying, and I will have Elias's channel linked down below if for some reason you're not familiar with his channel, but he's really great. You'll love him. I think you should go check him out. And then I'm really excited to let you know about the December book troop picks. So if you're new to my book club, you might not know that every December I like to reread one of my favorites from my book club. It's just like a really nice way for me to end the year with talking about a book that I personally really loved, and then I get my my sister to read it and join me on the live show. And so I had my Patreon vote between these 3 different books that are like 3 of my personal favorite books that I was really interested in rereading, and we actually had a tie, which has never happened before on my Patreon book club. Like with voting, we had a tie 50-50 between They Never Learn and Notes on an Execution. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And so because my sister is the co-host for the month of December, I asked her like, hey, which book would you rather read? And I had her break the tie. I also did have one person on my Patreon comment that they missed the voting of the poll, but they would vote for Notes on an Execution. And my sister also voted for Notes on an Execution. So it looks like Notes on an Execution is going to be our December book troop pick, which I could not be more excited for this because, you know, if you weren't around last year, this was one of my top favorite books that I read last year, and I've just been dying to reread this book. And I had always said like this is the perfect book club discussion book because there is so much to talk about with this one. And so I'm so excited that we're going to be reading this together in the month of December. I'm excited that I'm going to get my sister to read this book. This one is kind of more of a slow burn, almost like literary fiction style of mystery thriller, where we're following the story of this man who's on death row for being a serial killer, but we follow his story through the lives of 3 different women who have been in his life. Like one of them is his mother, and it's really interesting to get the perspective of this man through the eyes of the women that know him. This is just such a hard-hitting, thought-provoking, really interesting book that I can't wait to discuss with everyone. So I hope you'll be joining us in December to read this one. Okay, so I guess now is the time where I will be picking 2 prompts from my Patreon jar to read this month. So basically every month in the year of 2023, I've been pulling 2 to 3 prompts out of this Patreon jar that I have to fulfill. And they're basically prompts that anybody on my Patreon can put on this post. At the end of every month, I print off the rest of the ones that have been added and add them in here. Some of these are turning so yellow because they've been in here like all year. So let's go ahead and pick the first prompt that we're gonna be doing for this month. Oh my gosh, okay, I've got it. Julia said to read a popular book talk book. Oh my gosh. Well, do you know? Okay, I already know what I'm gonna read for this because one of my close in real life friends, Katie, she's an angel, and she recently just gifted me the book Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and I was like, I'm like scared because I don't really know if this book is gonna be my thing or not, but she was so kind enough to gift this to me and she really loved it, and she said she thinks I would enjoy it, so she just gave me, because she had an extra copy, so she gave me this book. And I was like, oh my gosh, like maybe I'll have to do a reading vlog dedicated to this book at some point in the near future. And I guess the near future is now because Julia just asked me to read a popular book talk book, so I guess that's gonna happen now because this book is all of the rage on book talk, I think. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not really on book talk, to be honest. Like, it's not a part of the internet that I'm a part of. Most of my TikTok feed is just Taylor Swift and BTS videos, so like I don't really know what's big on TikTok, but I've heard from a lot of my other friends that this book is all of the rage on book talk. So I guess you can confirm in the comments whether or not that's true. I guess you'll have to let me know if you would like to see an entire reading vlog dedicated to this book. I would be more than happy to do that. Like maybe even include spoilers at the end of the vlog, like really just talk about my thoughts. Like let me know if that's something you would like to see from me. And thank you so much, Julia, for this prompt and for forcing me to read Fourth Wing this month. Woo! All right, let's go ahead and pick the second prompt. What is it gonna be? I've got one. Oh, Marissa Griffin said a book with queer rep. Marissa! Oh my gosh, well that's perfect because I was trying to think of a way to include one or both of these books into my November TBR. So we have Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, and this is by Ashley Herring Blake. This is actually, I think this one's the 3rd book that's a part of a series, and I've read the 2 other books, so I've been really looking forward to this one. And this one too, it says it's about a fake relationship after a horrible one-night stand. Like, it just sounds like it's gonna be something I really love, and this one has the 2 women in this book. And then I also have Cleat Cute by Meryl Wilsner on my TBR, and this one's another female-female romance, and it's like a soccer romance, and this one's being compared to like Ted Lasso. And so I might actually try to get to both of these in the month of November, but these are both books that have the queer rep in them, so that works out perfectly. So thank you so much, Julia and Marissa, for these prompts and for making me read these books. I'm so excited to read these books this month. All right, and then on to the rest of my November reading plans. I have some pretty exciting things planned for this month, like a video that I'm planning to work on in the month of November, but probably not towards the end of November, so you probably won't see this one for a while. But it's gonna be a video where I read your most favorite books of 2023. And if you missed it on my Instagram Instagram stories like a week or two ago, I asked like, what are your favorite books of this year? And then I kind of hinted like, I'm gonna build a TBR out of this, LOL. And I got an overwhelming amount of responses for a certain couple of books that I'm going to be including in that video. I will only let you know about one book that I'm gonna be reading for that video because this one was mentioned the most amount of times by far, and it's Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. And I'm so excited about this because I've been hearing about this book all year long and I've been wanting to read it for this entire year basically. And so I'm so excited that so many of you have this as like one of your favorite books of the year. And so I'm going to be reading this for that video. I don't really know too much about this, to be honest, other than that we're following a writer in this book who is stealing the book that her best friend wrote. And I think it's the white girl is stealing the book from this girl who is Asian, and she's like claiming it as her own even though it's like not her story to tell, and she's white, and it's just like weird. And I think this one's more of like a mystery thriller, but I think it reads more like literary fiction, I think is what I heard. I don't really know. I'm just really excited to finally get around to reading this. So this is one of the books that I'll be reading for that video. The other books I will be keeping a mystery for now. Also this month, because it is nonfiction November, I try to read like some nonfiction books every November just because I don't really participate in nonfiction November the way that I, want to, but I do like the idea of reading like a few nonfiction books that I've been interested in the month of November. So I think for sure in this month, I'm going to be reading the new Britney Spears memoir that just came out called The Woman in Me. And this is one that I am so excited about. I've just been hearing all the rage for this book recently on the internet, and I'm like trying to dodge spoilers left and right because I wanted to save it to read for the month of November. And so I'm definitely going to be reading this one very soon, which I'm so excited about. And then at the beginning of November, I'm going to be working on a reading vlog where I'm reading just some highly anticipated books that I've been really looking forward to, which will definitely include My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. Jennifer McMahon is one of my favorite horror authors, and I just think she writes in a way that just really grips me. I always love her characters, and this is one that I've been hearing really great things about. I don't actually know too much about this book at all, to be honest. Like, I don't know anything about this. I literally just picked it up because it's Jennifer McMahon and I trust her with my life, and I got this book from Book of the Month as an add-on. It was an add-on last month, and so I just had to get this. So I'm going to be reading this in November. In that same video, I'm probably going to be reading Shark Heart, which this is another book that Book of the Month had as it was either a selection or an add-on. I don't really know, but I just got it in my Book of the Month box last month because it sounds so interesting, and I haven't really heard anybody talking about this on BookTube. Like, I've been seeing this book everywhere on Instagram lately, but I haven't heard anybody on YouTube talking about it. And this book really intrigues me because the premise just says a gorgeous debut novel of marriage, motherhood, metamorphosis, and letting go. This intergenerational love story begins with newlyweds Ren and her husband Lewis, a man who, over the course of 9 months, transforms into a great white shark. He turns into a shark? Did I read that correctly? Like, what do you mean? Like, I just need to know what that means. I need to know. This book is over 400 pages. Like, it's kind of a long one, but I've just been hearing really great things about it. I've heard that this is actually like a really beautiful, like emotional story. And so I'm just so curious. Like, you have my interest fully piqued. I cannot wait to read this. So I'll be vlogging my experience with both of these books, probably in the same vlog. I would also absolutely love to include Vampires of El Norte in this video. This book recently just came out this summer, and it's by the same author as The Hacienda, which is a book that I read earlier this year that I really enjoyed, but I've heard that this one has quite a bit of a romantic element to it. And historical fiction kind of stuff doesn't usually tend to be my favorite, but because this one is horror and it has vampires, which is something I've recently discovered I really love apparently, I'm just really looking forward to this one. And I think this author in particular, she does write really good romantic kind of plots, because I really liked the romance in The Hacienda as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. I do have it on hold at my library right now, and I'm hoping that I'll get to it in time to film that video and to be included in that vlog. I'm also maybe planning on getting around to Starling House by Alex E. Haro. This is another book that I got from Book of the Month last month because it just sounds like it's going to be so interesting. This one does sound a little bit outside of my comfort zone because I think it says it's a gorgeously modern gothic fantasy, and it's from the author of The 10,000 Doors of January, which is one that I never actually got around to reading, so I don't really know if this author's writing is going to be for me or not. But this one just sounds like something that I could enjoy, and I think the Starling House is like kind of like a haunted house thing going on in this one. So I've just been really curious about it, and I do think this would be like the perfect kind of book to read in November. Like, I don't know why it's giving me all of the November energy. So let me know, what do you plan to read in the month of November? Also, do let me know if you plan to participate in Winterween. I'm so excited to finally get the Winterween announcement out there. I've been planning this one for such a long time. Like, this merch has been designed for like over a year now. It's just been a long time in the works, so it means so much to me. I just love this community so much, and I can't wait to bring Winterween back. I think it's gonna be so great. Thank you all so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!